I looked at my computer screen, as I would. It was getting really late. All I had to do was look outside and note that it was dark, and I knew that was my cue to go to bed. I lived alone, so I could take comfort in the fact that all I really needed was to keep my TV on in the background as a form of ambience to drift off to, and just go to sleep that way. I did. At least I thought I did. Then I had a jolt, which, if you've had, you'd know how painful it is to just wake up and be annoyed at the fact that you were so close to the precipice of sleep when you then abruptly get woken up. It's like a reflex, I think, or something. Nevertheless, I wasn't going to let some petty reflex be responsible for basically depriving me of my own sleep. I tried, I tossed and I turned, but no matter how many times I tried, I just couldn't get comfortable. It's like, despite switching off my computer, it called to me now that it knew I was awake. I did. I switched it on, purely for the heck of it, when I realized that I didn't shut it down properly. I must put it on sleep mode, because as soon as I did it, I was instantly awaited with the page that I was previously on. Some story website, where people would post their stories. Nothing scary, just blatantly funny stories about occasional stupid things that someone and someone's friend might have done. But then, I noticed that in my inbox, there was a red 1. I knew what this meant. It meant that I had an email. I looked, and I checked to see that it was a chain email. You know, one of those ones in the early 2010s that would probably scare your socks off if you were below the age of 10. I had experience with those before, and I was never really creeped out by them, even as a kid, growing up in the early 2000s. I just looked at it, and then I just clicked the red X. It didn't interest me, and quite frankly, I didn't care about Samantha that supposedly drowned in a lake close by to where I live. I just wanted to go to sleep. So, after that, I switched off my computer properly, and I went to bed, with no creepy occurrences whatsoever. Until the thought came into my head that maybe, just maybe, for some strange, peculiar reason, I should look outside. Which I did, realizing that the blinds were what I forgot to close. That's why I should look outside. So, I did take a bit of a gander, and there was nothing there, just black abyss and a lake next to my house. Very funny. My mind was playing tricks on me. Despite me knowing there was a lake there, I thought I saw a figure. And especially at this time, there would be no reason for anyone to even be out of their house. Right? Of course not. Why am I even trying to, think about this too much? I'm just tired. I just need to go to bed. Just looking at it now, it seems so comfortable, and I really want to sleep. But of course, as soon as I reach the foot of my bed, I hear something downstairs. It could just be the house settling, and yet it's telling me to just peer down the hallway. The door was nudged slightly open, surprisingly. I tried to adjust my eyes to look down the hallway, but I just saw nothing but blackness. And just when I thought I finally got to the bottom of this situation and explained away all the creepiness, something unexplainable happened. The lights on my computer came on. I could see it throughout the wide open door, which was weird because I never even stepped foot in my room yet. I was still on the landing, peering down at the darkness. I originally thought this was just a trick, and I rubbed my eyes repeatedly. The light was still there. At first I thought maybe the slightest movement of air must have triggered something, like the mouse perhaps, but it wouldn't be able to. Not anything that light, at least. It would have to be something heavy, something like a finger, something deliberately trying to switch on my computer. At first, I rapidly looked around, thinking maybe there was something that could explain it, but obviously the more and more I kept thinking about it, nothing could. I just remember peering down again, looking at the strange thing down there. It was close to the mirror. I could see it through the gaps in the spindles of the stairs. I felt really sick. Like my stomach at any moment could just unleash everything. But it's like I had to remain quiet. Like the thing didn't see me properly in its line of vision. I mean, how could it? It was standing next to the mirror, looking, I'm assuming, straight ahead. I looked for 1 second at my computer screen and saw it on the exact same email page that it was previously. I know I shouldn't read it, but I had to. I read it till the bottom line that says, if you do not forward this message by 3:33 a.m., Samantha will grace you with her presence. I then had the sudden urge to look at the stairs with Sarah, standing there at the bottom. All I could do was look, dead in its black eyes, as its face, her face, contorted into a smile. I saw her broken teeth, the blood gargling around within her mouth. She then started bounding up the stairs on all fours. I ran into my room, scared out of my mind, and basically barricading myself in my room. I heard it, behind me. The gargling of blood, and the horrible feeling of a hand on my shoulder. There was nothing to do now except turn around. But to my surprise, there was nothing there. I was left in the silence of my room. My computer, however, the only light in there. It was a blank blue screen. And within that blue screen was the reflection of what faintly resembled Samantha, staring dead at me. Her mouth open ajar with the spiky broken teeth crushing against her bleeding gums, gargling all the while, looking dead into my eyes.